welcome back to the next Housing Education and Awareness series brought to you by Bethlehem Housing and Support Services. I'm Lori Beach, the Executive Director. In our previous sessions, we provided explanations and economic reasons for the housing crisis. Where a household stands in the housing spectrum is dependent on your economic position and what type of housing you're trying to achieve. But let's start with some definitions that will help clarify types of housing. First one is affordable housing. Rental or ownership housing that costs less than 30% of a household's total annual income. The second one is community housing. Usually geared toward low-income households, it refers to housing that was built or funded under a range of federal, provincial, or municipal housing programs and is provided to eligible tenants on the basis of a defined need. The next one is affordable market housing. Rental or ownership housing that is provided by the market or perhaps the private market for low and moderate income households. The attainable market housing. That's rental or ownership housing provided by the market for medium income households that perhaps may be challenged to access rental or ownership options. Another definition that's important to understand is, what does core housing need? This is where households are paying more than perhaps 50% of their income on housing. And in Niagara, we have approximately 24,000 households that fall into this category. So the housing crisis can affect everyone, and today it is affecting a lot more people. And it's particularly challenging for low to medium income households. Housing affordability can be demonstrated quite simply by just doing the math. These graphics provide a specific picture of what we mean by low and medium income households here in Niagara and what they should be paying for housing. So if we apply the affordable housing rule of paying no more than 30% of your household income on housing, the annual low-income household is below the median range of $29,400. And at this wage level, it's equivalent to making a minimum wage, working full-time for, say, 35 to 40 hours per week. Extreme low income or poverty level is far less than the median income. For example, someone on social assistance with an annual income in the range of $10,000 to $15,000 per year. A moderate income range is from $30,000 to just over $52,000. An immediate income household is in the range of $53,000 to $84,000. So when the affordability rule is applied to these income levels at 30%, then the corresponding housing cost for low-income households should be $735 per month, $1,313 for moderate income range, and up to $2,098 for the median income household range. St. Catharines has recently been identified as having the 9th highest rents in Canada. In the attainable market housing category, currently a one-bedroom unit median rent cost is $1,360 per month, where a two-bedroom unit median rent is about $1,640 per month. So when comparing these market rent rates to the affordability rates, there's a significant gap. Remember, that's approximately 24,000 of our population that is in core housing need. That's 1 in 7 households. And also, as previously mentioned, young professionals who in previous times may be ready to purchase their first home are finding that the opportunity is out of reach and they're remaining in the rental market. And as a result, a higher number of renters are in demand for decent, safe, and affordable rental units. And the supply is limited, so rental costs are increasing. Landlords are finding that they have tenant choice, and this has driven discriminatory practices and rent evictions in the rental market. Unfortunately, there is actually legislation in the Landlord, Tenant, and Housing Act that supports these practices. And in Niagara, for the extreme low income and most vulnerable individuals and families, it is getting harder and harder to compete for decent, affordable rental housing, and moderate income households are targeting affordable rental housing, and landlords are choosing tenants at this income range. Lower income households are being completely pushed out of the market and literally have nowhere to go. If you add a personal or social or economic challenge that puts that household at a higher risk, such as the pandemic, loss of a job, a rent eviction, a family breakdown, domestic violence, perhaps mental health issues, or an accident that has caused an injury, or a physical disability, any one of these can lead a household very quickly to homelessness or being very high risk of becoming homeless. Lower income households and the most vulnerable in our community must then turn to social support systems for household solutions to their complex needs. So what do we need to meet this complex challenge? A diverse mix of housing types to meet a wide spectrum of needs. We will need new and additional rental housing supply and affordable home ownership for each of the low, moderate, and medium income ranges. How do we meet this need when housing development costs millions of dollars and primarily involves the private sector developers? Well, these are issues and solutions that we will discuss in our next session. See you then.